Yeah, so this fence right here was put up at about 4:30 this morning. I got a call from a resident of the camp that they were putting up this fence. And they put up this fence specifically to keep quote-unquote protesters out, is what they said. But the reality is those quote-unquote protesters are people in the community that are here to help support the residents of the camp, in this case, specifically to help them move. It's really a divide and conquer technique that puts a literal division between the community that is here to support and the residents of the camp that need that support. And that kind of breakup of solidarity, breakup of community is I think a big part of the city's tactic here. They don't want to see people from houses and from that are living on the streets working together and collaborating. Residents of this camp made a demand to the city prior to this sweep, knowing that the school is starting and it's probably not the best place to stay. Folks are agreeable to move, but they have to be knowing where they're moving to. And so they asked the city to choose between one of three options. Either A, provide housing for all of the residents at least through winter, or B, open up a SOS, a safe outdoor space campsite, designated site where they could stay, or C, leave everybody alone wherever they move to, whatever reasonable spot. The city has not replied. They were given clear instructions on how to reply, and they have not replied. And so, now residents are in the same situation they always are, which is just scattering to some other block, some other camp, where they're likely to get swept again. The city should not be sweeping during a pandemic. CDC guidance says specifically you should not do sweeps, and instead you should be providing sanitation resources, letting people be where they're at. But after a brief lull on sweeps and camping ground enforcement, the city re-escalated it. And I think that they are doing that specifically from business interests. It's business folks that are in bed with the mayor and have there's a very close relationship there, and they complain and the mayor listens. Businesses are now able to get agreements to take over the public right-of-way and even into the street for their private business interests, to set up tables and chairs and the like. It's a very acute form of discrimination when we see businesses able to take over that public space for their private business interests, and folks who are homeless kicked out of the very same spaces just for simply sitting, surviving, using a tent, whatnot in those spaces. If we can find a way to create a quick and easy and cheap permitting process for businesses to take these spaces and set up their own private business there, how the hell could we not find a way to do that for folks who are living on the streets who don't have any housing?